Aya Wilson is not happy, and the reason is becoming increasingly clear. With Caitlin Clark now having the option to move overseas, tensions are rising. Aya has already made it known that she expects to be treated as the face of women's basketball, particularly by brands like Nike. But seeing the kind of money and global opportunities Caitlin could receive in Europe has created real conflict behind the scenes.
Nonsense about things that Caitlin was doing wrong when, in my personal opinion, she was doing nothing but going out there and playing great basketball every night and ignoring the hate that was coming to her from all sides, not only from fans.
If Caitlin Clark signs overseas, she would instantly become the highest paid women's basketball player in the world. And that reality clearly doesn't sit well with Aya. From her perspective, she's the MVP, the established star, the player who believes she deserves the biggest spotlight and the biggest opportunities. But despite her accolades, that level of attention simply isn't materializing the way she expected.
A'ja Wilson, 28 years old, 1,000 points in the regular season. Why is that not the biggest story out at the moment? And why are we talking about Caitlin Clark?
Why exactly? Why when A'ja was releasing a shoe, were we talking about Caitlin Clark?
Caitlin Clark has increased sponsorship deals, boosted player visibility, and turned the WNBA into one of the most watched sports properties in America almost overnight. And yet, instead of unity, we're seeing jealousy from within the league. This is exactly why some believe Caitlin should leave. Because once she's gone, the reality becomes impossible to ignore. Just look at a WNBA game without Caitlin Clark.
It's now commonplace where she'll go for 26 and 12. I mean, those are great numbers for any player, no matter how long you've been in the league. She's learned how to play the game, and she said, I had to learn how to play the WNBA.
Aya believes she is the star. But before Caitlin arrived, there simply weren't fans watching the WNBA in significant numbers. Caitlin didn't just elevate herself, she elevated the entire league. By any logical standard, she should be the highest earning player. And honestly, if she moves abroad, it may finally show players like Aya Wilson what the league looks like without her presence.
You guys take a look at the stands. All the seats, even the courtside seats, are empty.
Look at the stands. Empty seats everywhere. Even courtside sections that should be packed are vacant. The possibility of Caitlin Clark signing with a European league has sent shockwaves through the WNBA. Europe has long been a destination for elite talent, offering strong competition, international prestige, and significantly higher salaries. For Caitlin, the financial incentive is massive, often far exceeding what the WNBA can offer. Europe represents security, freedom, and the chance to dominate on a global stage.
4. Moved home games to bigger arenas when Indiana came to town to accommodate more fans. I'm not finished. Attendance for the entire league is up nearly 50% this year, and Indiana leads all teams with an average attendance of 17,035, up 319% from a year ago.
Aya Wilson has made her feelings about Caitlin's potential European contract very clear. At the core of her frustration is money, but also status. For years, Aya has been one of the league's most dominant players. The idea that Caitlin could earn more than her, especially abroad, is deeply unsettling. Because in professional sports, salary often equals respect. The highest paid players are seen as the most valuable. And Caitlin's rapid rise threatens Aya's long-held position as the league's centerpiece.
This went from being one of the most loved teams in the WNBA to being riddled with so much drama this season. A'ja Wilson was under fire last week for the privileged comment that she made to Kelsey Plum.
This season, what was once one of the most respected teams in the WNBA has become surrounded by constant drama. Aya Wilson faced criticism recently for comments made toward Kelsey Plum, and that controversy only added fuel to the fire. But this goes beyond money. It's about fear of losing relevance. Caitlin's rise has changed the hierarchy of women's basketball. Being the face of the league means driving viewership, commanding attention, and capturing the public's imagination. Caitlin is doing that now, and Aya knows it.
Agree with it. I thought she would be unanimous. I mean, it's not even close. Because I said the most important person in the league is Caitlin Clark. And should be a top 5, if not, should have been a top 3 MVP.
For Aya, this isn't just about being the best player on the court. It's about staying relevant in a league that's rapidly evolving. Caitlyn's name is becoming synonymous with the future of women's basketball. One of the clearest differences between them is fan perception. Caitlyn has built a massive, loyal fan base in record time. Her games draw huge numbers. Her social media engagement is unmatched. Aya, despite years of dominance, hasn't been able to inspire the same level of fan loyalty.
You're supposed to be the MVP, and you only got one win out of that series. So I think, now I wonder if they had a 5-game series in the first round, there might be a possibility they may not win that series.
That lack of recognition is incredibly frustrating for someone who's worked so hard to build a legacy. Winning MVP should have cemented Aya as the face of the league. Instead, she's watching Caitlyn take over the spotlight. What's even more puzzling is the league's apparent reluctance to fully embrace Caitlyn, despite the fact that she's driven viewership, pushed meaningful change, and brought unprecedented attention to the WNBA.
We're so bad, they got the #1 pick. You gotta be bad to get the #1 pick. And she led them to their first 20-win season in almost a decade. She led them to the playoffs. I mean, the girl deserved the award.
Caitlyn represents change, and change is uncomfortable. Her rapid rise, outspoken nature, and willingness to demand better conditions have made her a controversial figure. To some, she's a threat to the established order. But this resistance is also about power. Caitlyn's influence has grown to the point where she can shape conversations, and that kind of power makes people uneasy.
LeBron James had tennis shoes in his rookie year. He didn't have a fraction of the impact on the NBA that Caitlin Clark has had on the W.
The league's hesitation to fully support Caitlyn highlights a broader struggle between control and progress. Her impact goes far beyond the court. One of her most tangible contributions was advocating for chartered flights, dramatically improving travel conditions for players. Before that, WNBA athletes endured exhausting schedules. Caitlyn pushed for change, and everyone benefited. She's also spoken out about fair pay and working conditions, positioning herself as a leader, even when it made her target.
Clark, #1 in jersey sales, Angel Reese 2, Sabrina 3, Kate Martin 4. We talked about this earlier in the season. I feel sad that Kate Martin also hasn't gotten as much playing time the second half of the season. I feel like she deserves more, or maybe she deserves a different team. How crazy would that be if she went to Indiana?
If Caitlyn leaves for Europe, the biggest immediate loss for the WNBA would be viewership. She is one of the league's primary draws. When she plays, ratings spike. When she doesn't, they drop. Her departure would strip the league of a massive portion of its audience. And that loss would affect everyone, players, sponsors, and the league itself. Aya Wilson would feel that impact directly. Fewer viewers mean fewer endorsement opportunities and reduced leverage. Her frustrations also extend into the endorsement world, especially with Nike. Aya has built a long-standing relationship with the brand, but Caitlyn's popularity complicates that landscape. Endorsements aren't just about money, they're about influence. And Caitlyn's growing influence is reshaping priorities.
The paying customer, the audience, didn't feel that way. They did not give a damn about the WNBA. Is that fair to the ladies? No, it isn't fair. But they're the paying customer. You don't tell them what they want, they tell you what they want. And they really were not feeling the WNBA to the degree that they're feeling the WNBA now, obviously because of Caitlyn.
Despite everything she's done for the league, Caitlyn has faced backlash from both fellow players and the organization itself. From the outside, that hostility is hard to understand. She's increased visibility, improved conditions, and helped grow the sport. But rapid success often breeds resentment. For veterans who spent years earning recognition, Caitlyn's meteoric rise can feel threatening.
This is expected of Caitlin Clark. She's supposed to be great. She's not the Rookie of the Year. Angel Reese is, because that's a surprise, which to me is wrong. Should LeBron not have won the Rookie of the Year because he was supposed to win?
If Caitlyn leaves, the consequences for the WNBA could be severe. Declining viewership, reduced fan engagement, and stalled growth. Her decision could redefine women's basketball. Europe is emerging as a serious alternative, and the WNBA must decide whether it will adapt or continue pushing stars away. Caitlin Clark's choice won't just shape her career, it will shape the future of the league itself. If you enjoyed the video, hit like, subscribe, and check out more content on screen.
Regardless of whatever noise has been out there. So when you show that you're able to perform in the face of adversity, to me, that is the true testament to greatness. And that's why we're looking at her and we're saying greatness.